One mustn't look at the abyss. Whoa, dude, I don't even know this guy. He's already throwing quotes at me?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Dude,
dude,
stop.
I just wanted to watch a Super Mario 64 Iceberg video. Hey everyone, my name is Geometrics, and for the past few years, I've seen a ton. I'm talking cargo ships worth of Iceberg videos, and that got me thinking, man, people really want to use this as a way to farm views. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So, fun little fact, I've only recently watched Iceberg videos for this video, so take my opinions with a grain of salt. I'm a terrible viewer on YouTube. You would need top tier clickbait just to get me to watch your video because I have an attention span of a 3-year-old. I just never found a topic that interests me until now, and while looking, I found that these icebergs are a pretty important trend on YouTube, and I should not have overlooked them. So let's start with the tip of the iceberg. By the way, I made this iceberg, so excuse me if I don't know how these work and I'm doing this all wrong. Welcome to the tip of the iceberg, where everything is normal and happy and doesn't need a philosopher with a PhD from Harvard to explain it. This iceberg consists of video games only, which is what we're talking about today. Did you even read the thumbnail? I'm only going to be talking about video game icebergs purely for the fact that no one else has done it yet as of writing this, and because that's what interests me most and is the root cause of icebergs in general, but we'll get to that later. These beautifully crafted, 50% of the time, icebergs give people a chance to express themselves about their favorite time-consuming, sweat-building, toxic chat-roomed, loud, funny, obnoxious, relaxing pixels that we love to call video games. In these kinds of videos, the tip of the berg explores small known theories, known facts about the game, stereotypes, common secrets, or just the general community surrounding the game. From what I've watched, this is the section of these videos that kinda restores my faith in humanity. For the most part, it's a wholesome little content journey for the general audience to slurp up. For example, Mario 64's tip has cool secrets and little unknown facts that I didn't even know about until watching it about 10 minutes ago. But that's not what I'm here to talk about, and this isn't a tutorial for gaming icebergs. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I'm trying to make this as condensed as possible, and as healthy as it is to let your opinions out in the internet, I think we need to dive a little deeper into what these videos actually are. Now, I put this section in because I have a personal connection to these games, and I think they have a huge impact on a large amount of people. I'm not downplaying other game icebergs, I just think these are a few examples of big names in gaming for me. These games include Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, Call of Duty, Fortnite kind of, and Minecraft a lot, yes. Super Mario 64's retrospective is the sole reason I'm even making this now. The YouTuber by the name of Mishkaz, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, created the Super Mario 64 Iceberg Explained. And after that, bam, the economy's booming. We got FNAF icebergs, we got fucking SpongeBob icebergs. Hell, your second cousin's got an in-depth 2-part series about how shitty they fucking are. And 3 years later, people are still making these. There's gotta be a reason, right? There's gotta be a reason, man. There's gotta be. The Legend of Zelda franchise, however, has a ton of retrospectives by now because that was not only some people's first game, mine included, but has an atmosphere that not many games can encapsulate, thus spawning timeline videos and nostalgia videos. But this can also be said by a plethora of video games, much like Call of Duty and Fortnite. Most retrospectives are how people feel about their favorite game now. Okay, I've brought up the term iceberg a handful of times already, but what exactly is the difference between an iceberg and a retrospective? From what I've seen, an iceberg just seems to be like a handbook or structure to a retrospective and not where the game is today. It's just kind of random facts and theories, but that's why I'm going to be throwing these terms loosely throughout the video because they're almost the same thing, but not entirely. And it also depends on the video. In this video, I just want to understand what drives people to make these and what their mindset is. There's a branch in retrospectives where people explain why video games aren't fun anymore or how to enjoy said game again. An example of this is Minecraft, the most popular game of all time. A bunch of videos came out with the title, How to Enjoy Minecraft Again, or How to Make Minecraft Feel Like Minecraft Again. I feel this doesn't really tie in with the games themselves, but actually ties in with how the creators feel at the time, or if they keep finding themselves repeating habits, like getting into a game for a week then stopping. Most people are scared of this and look at it negatively, but I think it's a natural process of your brain telling you it's time for a break. Another piece of evidence that people like to use in their retrospectives is that new games are same games with different titles, which is a way of saying video games aren't as intuitive or creative as they once were. People probably feel this way because of fatigue. It's easy to get bored of the same thing you've been doing for years or even decades. But I can also agree a little bit with that because games now have easy access engines, which make it so you don't need an expertise per se to make video games. Something obscure that I'd also like to point out that ties into this a little bit is the fact that a massive creator on YouTube recently quit, and you might know him as Tfue. He had an impressive career with millions of subscribers and just was getting sick and tired of streaming the same game over and over again. It wasn't just because of the game he was playing, but that was also a big factor in why he decided to leave. Playing the same game streaming for 90% of your day obviously gets tiring, but some people do that don't even stream, which is another reason some people would make a retrospective like that. I just thought that was a little side note worth mentioning, respect to Tfue, but at some point it doesn't become the game and it becomes the individual. Before making this video and before watching retrospectives and icebergs, I didn't click on them in my recommended because I couldn't accept the fact that other people were dealing with the same thing I was, and I thought they were pretentious for making a whole video about it. Yet here I am doing the same thing. I also think it's because of the fact that I'm a little older and can appreciate things a lot more. Yes, it's only been 3 years, but going from 15 to 18 is a lot of mental development, okay? Most video games are like they used to be, and I don't really believe the saying that they aren't. People grow up, it's natural to not enjoy simple things anymore. No one is moving towards or away from anything in terms of content or gaming. It's just that it's a constant cycle of interests that plague your mind of what keeps you distracted. Now that might sound terrifying and awful, but it's not all doom and gloom though. I still enjoy video games to this day, and I probably will until I die. It's just interesting seeing waves and trends of how people feel, and I went down the rabbit hole of that recently. Some people would say that there are too many retrospectives, and it's a meme at this point, but everyone has a different experience with these games that they want to share and put on the internet. The only thing that would bug me is if I had to watch every single retrospective in Iceberg. Information is going to be repeated, there's nothing you can do about it, there's nothing I can do about it, so don't type in the comments, he said the same points this other YouTuber made, because I probably did, and someone is going to do the same thing again in a future video. Now, I put philosophy in the title of this section not because this is supposed to be some profound video about how the human mind works, but because this is how the human mind works. I'm really about to pull up a quote from Mark Twain that explains how there is no such thing as a new idea and how impossible it is. Okay, it's cool, right? Okay, cool. Now that we got that out of the way, people need to stop with the creepypastas, man. I don't care about people's just blatantly stupid theories about video games. Some are cool. Ben Drowned is amazing. This isn't. And there's always an end section of these icebergs that usually have almost no evidence to support the theories made and always just leave me dissatisfied. This section is usually called the abyss, which is supposed to be the complete bottom of the iceberg in the ocean that almost no one knows the answers to. Are they needed in iceberg videos? You tell me. Is a retrospective a way to cope? I don't know. I wrote this opinion down just as an idea, but what if people make them because they know they'll never have that first experience with the video game they're talking about again, and want to share that with the internet? Obviously, making a YouTube video about your favorite game isn't life-changing, but it's definitely worth noting about creators. Playing a game as a child will leave a mark on you for the rest of your life. It will remind you of not only the fun you're having with the game, but how you were at the time. And the last topic we will discuss is that anyone can cook, anyone can make these. Not all retrospectives should be looked at like they're professionally made or that everyone's a psychologist. People have opinions! Wow! I mean, some retrospectives are pretty bad, but that doesn't discredit how the person feels about the topic. Whether it was edited in Premiere Pro or Windows Movie Maker, people are still gonna feel strongly about something. This was a great trend to hop on, and if you agree with the person, it's only going to solidify your feelings towards the games we play. I'm glad that not only people come together to make these, but that we can build such an awesome community surrounding them. I know icebergs and retrospectives are getting pretty stale at this point, but I think they've gone down in YouTube history as one of my favorite trends of all time, even though I wasn't even part of it. And with that, everyone, I think I'm gonna go sit down. I also hope this leaves room for thought, and I would love to hear your opinions in the comments below because I know damn well I didn't cover everything. I just wanted to keep it as short as possible, and if you want to see me do other things, I do a variety of stuff on this channel. Tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it, man. But other than that, guys, thank you, love you, and peace out.